The first time I met Laura Voss, she handed me a latte and said, "Don't get comfortable. They go through assistants like tissues here." At the time, I thought she was joking. I had just joined Vantage PR as a junior account executive, a foot in the door after 2 years of freelancing and the soul-crushing slog of LinkedIn job applications. Vantage was sleek, powerful, and unforgiving. The kind of place with glass-walled offices, free kombucha, and stress-related ulcers. Laura had been there 3 years and was a star. Clients loved her. Managers worshipped her. She wore 5-inch heels without limping and could recite brand strategy in iambic pentameter if asked. I admired her instantly. We became friends, sort of. She took me under her wing, but always with a sharp edge. Always CC the client, even if they ask not to. Covers your ass. Smile during meetings. It disarms the sharks. And my favorite. Everyone here is playing chess. Most people don't realize they're the pawns. 3 weeks in, I noticed things. Emails mysteriously missing from threads I swore I was on. Client calls rescheduled without my knowledge. Documents I submitted getting lost. At first, I blamed myself. I stayed late to double-check everything. I turned down drinks after work to proofread slide decks and teach myself analytics tools Laura breezed through in minutes. Then came the showcase pitch for Vanta Cosmetics, a $5 million client looking for a new PR firm. Laura was leading. I was on support. "Just keep the slides clean and the data polished," she said, red lipstick perfectly painted. We prepped for 2 weeks. Late nights, early mornings. I gave her every trend forecast, pulled engagement numbers, designed an interactive pitch deck that practically sang. The day of the presentation, Laura stood before the Vanta execs and absolutely dazzled. Except, most of the ideas she pitched were mine. My slide formats, my strategy structure, even my tagline, "Beauty isn't built, it's revealed." She never once said my name. Afterward, as the clients clapped, she leaned close and whispered, "Great job backing me up. You're a real team player." I smiled. My chest was on fire. The unraveling was slow and surgical. Laura began CCing management when she, gently corrected, my errors I hadn't made. She'd praise me in meetings only to criticize me in private chats. "Emma's still learning," she told our boss once when I'd actually pulled off a campaign under budget. I heard her say it through the glass. When I confronted her, she blinked innocently. "You're misreading things. I'm just advocating for you. You have potential. You're just not quite polished yet." Later that week, I found out she'd reassigned one of my client leads to herself. I started documenting everything. Email timestamps, Slack messages, voice notes. Every instance of sabotage, every cut disguised as kindness. I began to see what others didn't, or maybe what they refused to see. Laura was not climbing the ladder. She was stepping on everyone else's hands to do it. It started with Maya in IT. "You work with Laura?" she asked me during a printer reset. "Watch your back." Then came Diego in creative. She stole my concept pitch for Ether Spirits last year. Told the board I was just the execution guy. One by one, whispers started emerging. People she'd undermined. People who'd left. Some quietly, some explosively, but none with proof. "She's slippery," Maya said. "She burns you, but makes it look like you struck the match." I shared my files, carefully. Not too much, not all at once. Just enough to get people nodding. And then, we had a meeting. 6 of us. Former interns, sidelined juniors, a forgotten strategist, even a former team lead who had transferred departments. After a mysterious burnout episode, we called ourselves the Vault. And we started planning. The Vault decided on precision. One shot, one undeniable exposure. We built a dossier. Timelines, side-by-side screenshots, voice recordings. Client emails she'd rerouted. Drafts she'd submitted that matched stolen work. Even a screen grab of her telling an intern, "Honey, don't bring your morals to a knife fight." We scheduled a joint presentation. A campaign strategy debrief for one of our major clients, Lucent Skincare. Everyone would be there. Senior leadership. Laura, the client. We gave Laura just enough rope. Maya left a mistake in the analytics Laura rushed to steal. Diego embedded a hidden watermark in the design files. I included original concept slides, timestamped, and leaked them subtly to the client the night before, saying, just in case you want the raw draft for reference. On presentation day, Lara stood tall in front of the screen, clicker in hand. Then everything started to fall apart. The Lucent client paused. "This looks familiar," she said, frowning. "Didn't Emma send us a version of this last night?" Lara froze. I smiled. "Yes, I'd been working on it before we finalized. Thought the client deserved the full scope." Our director turned. "Wait, Emma worked on this." The rest of the vault began to chime in. "Maya, there's a discrepancy in the data. I flagged it last week." "Diego, this design matches my original layout from February." I wasn't credited. The strategy lead pulled up our dossier. Live, and the room went dead quiet. By Friday, Lara was on sabbatical. By Monday, an HR investigation had begun. It turned out Lara had made enemies beyond our circle. HR had been sitting on multiple complaints, no proof, no patterns. Until now, we handed them everything, not out of vengeance, but necessity. There were too many bodies buried under her ambition. She didn't go down quietly. She called me a snake, said I'd betrayed her, even cried during a final closed-door meeting, saying she was being ganged up on. But crocodile tears don't work when there's video evidence. Lara was gone by the end of the month. Vantage changed after that, subtly, but meaningfully. Performance reviews were anonymized. Mentorship programs got oversight. The open door policy became more than lip service. I got promoted. So did Diego. Maya was asked to lead a new data ethics committee. The vault, ironically, disbanded. There was no more need for it. I still think about Lara sometimes. How she was charming and brilliant and ruthless. How she could have been one of the greats, if she'd played fair. But wickedness always forgets one thing. People talk, and eventually, someone listens. 6 months later, I got a LinkedIn connection request from Lara. No message, just the request. I didn't ignore it. I hit block, and then I went back to work, on my own terms.